Welcome into the daily live show for small business founders. I'm Pat Miller, the Idea Coach. This show is part procrastination, part support system, and it's always live. Thanks for tuning in, and I'm glad you're here because we get to connect with one another over what's going on. Here's what we have on today's show. I've got some news headlines to share, and I have two questions of the day. Two, not one, double questions of the day. First one, how do you get out of a bad one-on-one? You know, when you're in a one-on-one and you're like, yeesh, this is not a thing. We need to have some graceful ways to exit. So we're going to talk about that this morning. And here's the other one. So we might be a little catty in the first one. The second one, what are your go-to random acts of kindness? Right? Random acts of kindness makes you feel good, something you should do, right? What are some of the things that you do to inject more kindness? Because I'm always trying to be nice, especially when I'm feeling guilty. So I want to brainstorm some of those things. And I have the number one most popular random act of kindness that I can share with you as well. We also want to open the floor to get some feedback for you, because the way this show is supposed to work is we're supposed to take calls from you. Did you know you could call into the show? And you can not only give me your observations of what you see going on in the news or questions, comments, and sarcastic remarks, but you can also call in and we can do some brainstorming live on the air. I mean, I call myself the Idea Coach for a reason, because I love to help people create great big ideas. And when you're on the air, it's not just me, it's everyone that's watching as well. So hopefully we're going to get someone that calls in today and we'll get a chance to have some fun. The last thing we're going to do is I'm just going to offer you a great big fat bribe. I just feel like a bribe is in order. What do you think? You want to get bribed? Are you above being bribed? Of course you're not. I'm going to bribe you later in the show. All right, before we get started, I want to check in. We need you to say hello. If you're watching this right now, say hello in the comments and let me know that you are there, because that way not only I will know that you're there, but everyone else that watches this now and in the future will know that you're there. So it's kind of like writing your name on the wall. Pat Miller was here. So let us know that you're watching and you're a part of the conversation. And if you're watching us on Facebook, you can click that link so I can see your name. So when you comment on Facebook, it will show up on the screen, because right now it just shows up as Facebook user. That's a Restream-ism that we're trying to get done. The other thing that I want to do is I'm really interested in where you're at. So before we get into the news headlines and the big fat bribe and our questions of the day, I want to do something that we do in my mastermind groups. So at the start of every mastermind group, I always ask the question, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you today? Because as you know, as a small business founder, you might be a 10 today, and then tomorrow you're a -3. Like we've all had that happen before, right? Where are you today on a 1 through 10 scale? And it changes all the time. And Lindsay, good morning. Great to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Bridget, good morning. Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you as well. So where are you on a 1 to 10 scale? I'm at about a 3 today. 1 meaning I just can't go on. 10 meaning I'm the king of the world. I'm about a 3. And if you're hosting a talk show on LinkedIn, you're supposed to be like a 14 all the time, because clearly you're the smartest person on the planet, right? You're a perfect singer. You can dance. You're a great chef. If you have a show on LinkedIn, all of those things, you're flawless, right? Not me. No, I'm a 3. And I'm a 3 today because the Small Business Rebellion is 1 month away. And I got so many people saying, yeah, I'm coming. Yeah. Buy a ticket. That's what the bribe is about. We're going to get to that here in a minute. So welcome to the show. Make sure you say hello in the chat. Let me know 1 through 10 how you're feeling, and let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing about news. On this date, back in 1969, 2 dudes landed on the moon, right? Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, moon landing. Wow. So reflecting on that, what is that? How many years is that? That's a lot. That's a lot of years. I can't even do the math right now because I haven't had enough coffee. It's a lot of years. And the reason why I'm bringing it up is, wow, human achievement. And 2, did you know that my parent company is named after the moon landing? So Small Step Solutions, that is the parent company of everything that I do. And see, that's the logo right there. The boot print, the moon, the whole thing, the moon landing, definitely inspirational. So when you think about what you're doing today, is it a big deal? Is it going to be remembered decades to come? Is it important? Make sure we're striving for those great big things and the things we want to be remembered for. And I just wanted to celebrate the moon landing because yay, moon landing. And I love that logo. Okay, so let's move forward with another thing that didn't happen. Oh, Nicole, good morning. And Daniel, he's about a 5 today. All right, Daniel, I'm curious, why are you a 5? And wow, look at this. We got Nicole, she's at about a 5 as well. And wow, Consuela, thanks for tuning in. Moon Day, good to see you. So if you want to share why you're a 5, I'd love to know more about that. Okay, so here's something else that happened. This is topic number 2. Topic number 2, well, the Powerball happened. And guess what? You didn't win. Unless, I guess you could be Lindy. Lindy's in California. So maybe Lindy won. $1.2 billion. The winner was in California. And it was not me, unfortunately. And then I saw that there was one winner in Wisconsin for $1 million. I'm like, oh, maybe that was me. Not me. But what you buy with your Powerball ticket is you get to buy that 15-minute daydream. That 15-minute daydream of, boy, what would I do if I win? And as I was thinking about that, I realized, you know what I would do if I won that money is I would do exactly what I'm doing right now. I would host this show. I would host the community. I would bring people together. The events would be bigger and better, of course, but I would keep on doing what I'm doing. That was a pretty awesome realization. It made me feel really good. And then I figured, you know what, though? I'd be broadcasting from San Diego. Like I'd have a mansion on the beach where it's like 72 degrees every day of the year, right? Like that kind of mansion. And I'd do my daily show, but afterwards I'd go, and have breakfast with the personal chef that made it for me. And then I'd probably go work out with my personal trainer, which if I was a billionaire would be Leanne from Peloton. If you know, you know. Leanne, that's my girl. And then I'd go to the country club and play golf, right? Absolutely. But yeah, I'd still do this show. I'd still be here just like you, except I'd be in San Diego with the personal chef and Leanne, and I would be golfing at the country club. But it was nice to have that little daydream. So unfortunately, we didn't win. We're back to the grind. The next drawing, this is so defeating. The next drawing is for $20 million. Like, how do you make $20 million sound like not a lot of money? Have the previous drawing be $1 billion, right? So we're talking through the news here, and now we're going to get to our questions of the day, shall we? Our one-on-one escapes and our random acts of kindness. So first of all, let's do our first question of the day. Our first question of the day is about one-on-ones. So have you been in a bad one-on-one before? Usually it's when you're introduced by somebody. Hey, Pat, I want you to meet Roger. I say Roger because Roger is fun to tease. Roger's an incredible human being, Roger Wolkoff. But let's just pretend that Roger's the bad one-on-one. So maybe he'll think that's funny. I do. But hey, you're going to meet with Roger. And about 10 minutes into the not even 10 seconds into the conversation, you know that Roger's on the phone just to sell you something. I mean, woof, right? They won't shut up. They're pitching you, or they're doing that thing where they're asking you questions that walks you through their sales funnel. So, Pat, what's your number one challenge right now? Oh, Pat, what would you do if you had 50 new community members? Pat, what would you do if you had 10 more qualified leads? You know what I mean? You just know they're walking you through their funnel. And the challenge is, and maybe it's just my challenge, I'm too honest and I feel too guilty. Do you know what I mean? Like I would never be able to, with a straight face, say, oh yeah, my dog just fell down the steps. I got to go. Click. Like I never could bring myself to just straight up lie like that. So we need to brainstorm some ways to like kind of wrap things up, move things along, because I just can't my way off of a call. In fact, my guilt is so bad that if we were having a one-on-one with Roger and Roger's like, hey, I'll send over this website and you can take the free course and you can do all this stuff that they expect you to do, that if I say, yeah, I'll check it out, damn it, then I actually will have to check it out because I feel so guilty if I say, oh, yeah, I'll get back to you, or, oh, yeah, I'll look at that, and I don't look at it. I can't sleep at night. And maybe that's just me being, unable to lie. So I'm looking for how do you end a one-on-one if it needs to end? Because I can't figure out a way to do it. So perhaps in the chat, we can come up with an idea of a way to end the one-on-one because I just can't brush somebody off. My go-to for the moment, for what it's worth, and if you hear me say this, now you'll know I'm outing myself on my own show. But my go-to for the moment is, yeah, I'll consider that. Yeah, I'll send that over. I'll consider it. Yeah, I considered it and I'm not going to look at it. Yes, I considered that. No. Because I can consider things, right? I considered it. No. But if I say I'm going to look at it, or if I say I'm going to get back to you, then I feel obligated. Damn it. I hate being so honest. It makes me feel, it just makes a lot of work. Do you know what I mean? Like being on the straight and narrow and being a decent person is just, it would be so much easier if I just could lie. And if you've got that gift or curse or whatever, yeah, I'm a little bit envious. Okay, we're going to do questions, comments, and sarcastic remarks in the show today. So if there's something that you want to share, it's really easy to come on the show. And did you know that that's what this show can do? That if you either click that QR code or the link that's there, you'll pop right into the show and I'll bring you on as though you're a radio caller. And that's where this show is really going to blossom, when we have folks calling in to share what's on their mind, or maybe doing a live idea slam brainstorming right on the air. That's where it will get real fun, because think of it this way. You'll ask a question, I'll help you, and everyone in the chat will help you too across all of the Idea Coach platforms, because we're live right now on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, the Toaster. We're live on the back of the ice cream truck. We're live in Times Square. We're live everywhere. We're live on the baby monitor. We're live. We're across all of them. So if you've got something you'd like to share, click the link and we would love to include you. All right, let's do question number 2, shall we? What is your random act of kindness? I believe in random acts of kindness. Don't you believe in random acts of kindness? Now, the bribe I'm going to give you, that's a random act of kindness. We're going to do that in a little bit. But the random act of kindness, I believe in those things, and I really like to have a go-to one of these in my pocket. And that can be as simple as returning the carts to the grocery store, right? Like, oh, hey, yeah, I'll take your cart. Yeah, no problem. Or picking up trash on the golf course. Usually it's my shots, but yes, picking up trash on the golf course. And another one that I do, and this is because I'm old, it's holding doors for people. And did you know that some people don't like that? I didn't know that. I didn't know you're not supposed to do that, or at least some people find it offensive that I hold the door for you. Fine, get your own door. Like, am I that old that holding the door for someone is like chauvinist or something? Okay, screw me for being nice, I guess, right? Anyway, what is your go-to random act of kindness? And I have the number one answer, by the way. This was a study. They actually studied it. Are you the Starbucks coffee payer-over thing? Like, do you pay for people's Starbucks? Some people do that. But now that a Starbucks is like $6, I don't do that anymore. Like back when Starbucks was $2 or $3, whee! But now that Starbucks is like $41.25 to get a latte, I don't do that. So what is your random act of kindness? Do you want to know the number one random act of kindness? You would like to know the number one random act of kindness, wouldn't you? The number one random act of kindness is letting someone cut in front of you in the line. Like you're at Costco and you've got 2 grocery carts that look like you're feeding the Russian army. You know those runs, right, at Costco, where you figure, "Holy crap, this is why I got a second mortgage." Those kinds of Costco runs. And someone walks up with, like, just hamburger. You're like, "Hey, bro, go ahead. You know what? I got Russian army. Just go ahead." Right? So the number one act is letting someone cut in front of you in line. That's the number one random act of kindness. So if you have one, please share it. And there's a comment in the chat here. I didn't know there was a right answer. No, you're correct. There isn't a right answer. It's not like a competition. I'm just curious what yours is, because maybe you can inspire us with, oh, you know what I do is thing. And we go, oh my God, I never thought of thing. That's brilliant, because I like to do nice things for people. So thank you for the comment and holding the door, buying the Starbucks. Those are all things that I do. Okay, let's see here. All right, so Lindy's got a comment here. Lindy's talking about our one-on-ones, I believe. I always start with a time limit on the conversation. That is true, right? Listen, we're going to talk for 15 minutes and then we're going to wrap. And then I say, I want to be mindful of your time. And okay, so let's talk about that. When someone says, hey, you know what? We're up against time. I want to be mindful of your time. Do you hear that as someone being polite? Or does your inner voice go, you're talking too much and they're trying to dump you? Is that just me being a 3 today? But like when someone says, oh, you know what? I'll be mindful of your time. I always think, crap, I'm talking too much. I always think that. And I know they don't mean that, but that's what I always think. But yes, Lindy, this is a great comment talking about how to wrap up one-on-ones, and I appreciate it. And then I run like heck. Absolutely. All right, good stuff. So if you've got a random act of kindness, drop it in the chat and we will all learn from that. All right, let's come in for the big finish here, because it looks like nobody wants to take us up on the opportunity to brainstorm with us. No harm, no foul on that. And thank you to another comment here. I always let people cut at the grocery store and into traffic. Leave my quarter in the cart. Yes, thank you very much. Very, very kind. I'm not an Aldi shopper, but I'm sure that that's a thing, leaving a quarter in the cart. Okay, let's do our big finish here, because no one wants to do some brainstorming, which makes me sad. I'm actually getting choked up inside that no one wants to brainstorm, but that's okay. All right, so let's talk about the Small Business Rebellion. Now, I asked myself, where are you today? I'm a 3. I'm a 3 because the Small Business Rebellion is a month away, and we still have some folks that haven't bought a ticket, and you know who you are. Yeah, I'm going to be there. Yeah, I'm considering it. Come on now. Considering it? Seriously? We need to have you there, because I talked with Kylie Peters yesterday, and I talked with Dr. Donna Smith-Bellinger yesterday, and it's really going to be a spectacular event, but I'm going to bribe you in just a minute, all right? But before we do the bribing, I want to talk about who's making this event possible. And the people making this event possible, our sponsors, are killing it. So our title partner for the event is Relay Bank. And Relay Bank is just unbelievable. They are the official bank of Profit First, and they're making the entire event go. They're helping us get Mike, and they're the ones that are really going to make this a terrific event. So a big thank you to Relay Bank for being our presenting sponsor. But Alliance Tax, our friend Arthur Lee, is one of our silver sponsors for the event. And if you've got a tax issue as a small business owner, you want to reach out to him, and also Megan Schwann at Sidekick Accounting, 2 great sponsors of the Idea Collective and many of the things that we're doing. But I want to give a shout out to our newest sponsor, right? I was at 10 when this came in, our good friend, the data magician, Lynn Karazi. Lynn Karazi is going to present the happy hour at the Rebellion. So we're going to get smart stuff said to us all day. And then at 4:00, I'm going to be ready for a cocktail. I don't know about you. I'll be ready for a cocktail. And Lynn Karazi, the data magician, and Data to Profit, they are sponsoring the happy hour and buying your first drink. So high five Lynn for buying everybody a beer. We appreciate it. So thank you to Lynn, and thank you to Sidekick, and thank you to Arthur from our friend at Alliance Tax and the team at Relay Bank. They have been absolutely incredible. But the thing that I wanted to share with you is that the rebellion's a month away, and we have folks that are saying they're going to come, but they're not going to come. So here's the bribe. Do you want the bribe? Are you above bribing? I don't think you are. I bet I can bribe you. I'm going to try, at least. Because getting the rebellion full is a big deal. Because at the rebellion, here's why it's so important. Half the folks watching this stream, statistically, they're going to fail. They're going to fail. SBA says half of us are going under in the first 5 years. That's not a thing. And the Idea Collective and this show and our events, we're all trying to stop that from happening. And when we get together in the same room, that's when magic happens. Magic happens. Because we're talking about time, money, and real relationships. Real relationships. Earlier in the show, when I said, hey, I'm the guy on LinkedIn, I'm supposed to be perfect. No, I'm a 3. I'm glad you're watching me, or else I'd probably be curled up in the fetal position wondering why no one wants to watch my show. I'd be sad. Yesterday, I had a 10 moment, and then I had a 2 moment. Yesterday, when Abby, my wife, came home after a day of kicking ass, I was at home just grumpy. Right? That's how I roll. That's how you roll. That's the small business lifestyle. And a show like this is about bringing us all together and understanding how we're doing. Right? And being here for one another. That's what the rebellion in this show and all this stuff is about. All right, do you want the bribe already? Or should I keep talking? You want the bribe. I know. And Susie loves bribes. Nicole says she's not above being bribed. All right, Nicole. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so here's the bribe. Let's do the bribe, shall we? The other day, I was wearing our exclusive small business owner sweatshirt. We had these sweatshirts made. It says small business owner right on the front. On the sleeve, it's got the Idea Collective logo. These were distributed at the Idea Collective retreat in November. And for those of you that have one, drop in the chat, is this not the most comfortable sweatshirt ever? So here's the bribe. The bribe is, I know who you are that have told me, oh, yeah, I'm going to come. Oh, yeah, I'm going to be there. I need to get away from being a 3. I need to know that you're coming. Buy your retreat ticket by Monday. I'll mail you one of those sweatshirts. There is your bribe. Because right now, I know who you are. Oh, Pat, it's going to be great. I'll be there. You've got this idea in your head that like, oh, it's a Saturday in August. I'm going to be busy meeting with the president. No, you're not. You're going to be at Costco with the Russian army. That can wait till Sunday, right? You're going to be at home doing nothing in your PJ pants, which, believe me, PJ pants are important. But you're like holding this vision that Saturday in August is somehow off limits. Baloney. Whereas you could come to the event and meet maybe the power partner you've been waiting on. You're going to learn from Kylie Peters, who I interviewed yesterday, who is ready to change how you think about your business. Because if you're keeping score in your business only by how much money you make, you're going to burn out. Her keynote's all about that. Dr. Donna Smith Bellinger is doing a workshop to help you close the amount of time between proposal and close. She's a sales expert. We're going to reveal the Small Business Results Survey, and Mike Michalowicz is going to be in person. Are you kidding me? Mike Michalowicz in person. It's going to be pretty spectacular. So, yeah, I'm sitting here 30 days out. We've got these amazing partners. We've got this beautiful venue. And I'm going to bribe you. And here's the other thing that's cool about this bribe. Here's what's cool. I'm not going to repost this in the community. I'm not going to post this in the Facebook group or my LinkedIn. Only the cool kids that are tuning into Small Business Mornings will even know that this is going on. Susie didn't even know. And Susie knows all the things. She doesn't know because I just made this up. Sorry, Susie. So use the link, get your ticket, get off your butt, come to the rebellion, and get connected with the folks that are watching this show and realize that running a small business is lonely and hard. Don't grow it alone. Isn't that what it's all about? That is what it's all about. So if you're tuning in, this is Small Business Mornings. I'm Pat Miller, the Idea Coach. And the theory of what we're doing here is pretty simple. There isn't a small business morning show, and damn it, there should be. And there needs to be a small business morning show, not so you can tune in and learn. Hell no. You just need to have a check-in. You just need to have someone walking with you. You need to have a place for your questions, comments, and sarcastic remarks. And you need to know that you are not alone. That's what this show is about. That's it. So we're going to do this. I'm going to play with this. I'm going to give this 30 days. And at the end of 30 days, we're going to see if Small Business Mornings is a thing. Because I'm already doing the Pat Miller Show, which you can subscribe here. Just click the link and you can subscribe right away. It's a weekly show. We're syndicated to 25 stations all over the country. That's already happening. But this daily show, there's something here. And I'm glad you tuned in, especially for the folks that were saying that they were at a 5 today, right? We had a comment from Daniel who was at a 5. Nicole was at a 5, right? We were just kind of like, meh, just meh, right? And when you're at a 10, who do you get to tell if you don't have something like this? You don't. Many of you have heard me say you can only high five your dog so many times before diminishing returns kick in. So having a place where you can vent, a place where you can talk, a group where you can be a part of our conversation, we're here for you. So here's the deal. The Daily Show will continue on Monday. It's not happening tomorrow. Ask me why. Why am I not doing the Daily Show tomorrow when I just talked for 19 minutes about how I'm doing a daily show? Yes, I have a commitment that was scheduled before I started to do the Daily Show. Yes, thank you for the why. And the commitment's pretty darn cool because it turns out I've got a super smart kid. My kid, David, is super smart. Like, he's super smart. He's super smart. He's spending 2 weeks at Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island right now. Pre-college. He's a junior. He's going to be a senior. Don't mention that to Abby, by the way. She'll cry real mom tears if you bring that up to her. But yeah, he spent 2 weeks at Brown taking a class called Logic and Reasoning. What? Yeah. So he's been at Brown studying logic and reasoning, and I've been in my basement in basketball shorts, holding up t-shirts and bribing you to buy tickets. One of these things is not like the other. So excited for going to get David tomorrow. I'll be flying all around the country. I'll be back on Monday for this daily show. So you have until Monday to grab your ticket, and you can I could hold it up better than that. Don't you? Here, buy this thing. No, here, let's hold it up properly. Look at how beautiful that is, right? Small business owner, proclaim it. So if you're thinking about the rebellion, and you've been yeah-yang me, get off your butt, buy your ticket by Monday, and we will get you all hooked up with our exclusive small business owner sweatshirt. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for indulging me as I have this vision for a daily show. If you think it's a good idea, would you let me know? Because like I say, I'm kind of at a 3 today. I'd like to know. So I hope you're doing better than a 3. I appreciate you tuning in. I'm Pat Miller, the Idea Coach, here for you as we grow our small business together. We'll see you next time.